Hello and welcome to The Lion Follies, I think that it's called. This is a shortish visual novel that is based on the world of Final Fantasy, the online one, the one with the those sort of lion looking guys. Um I can see the word in my head, but I don't know how to pronounce it. But yeah, it's based on that. Also, there is no music, I think, on the main menu, so if I think about it, I'll add some. Also, I'm still sick, but I'm feeling a little better today, so I decided to record because I have nothing else to do. But yeah, what else? Like I said, it's based on the that online Final Fantasy game. You're gonna be playing, I think, one of those aforementioned lion character things. You can tell I don't play that game, and yeah, I think you're supposed to be protecting someone or something. Or maybe you're the person that they're supposed to be protecting. I don't know. It looked interesting. I like Final Fantasy. I just don't play the MMOs. Anywho, so yeah, without further ado, let us begin. Today is yet another fine day. Our hunts remain plentiful. Dangerous beasts have been culled. What more could a queen ask for? Branisek, get in here. Something clattered, then clanged. The halls echoed with the pounding and wails of a bellowing lion that sprinted towards the queen with urgency. Gah, my queen, are ye all right? Your queen's guard, Branisek, Radojka, is here to protect thee. I know who you are, uncle. There's no need to always introduce yourself to me, and I'm quite fine, as you can see. Sorry, your queenliness. But then, what's got your coat in ruffles? How kind of you to ask, for I have a most important task that only you can perform. Oh, though there may be no mission greater than guarding your royalness, speak your command and I shall follow without question. Travel to the land of Eorozea and find yourself a mate. The befuddled lion found himself whittling under the queen's stern gaze. I must have misheard. I am to find a mate? You've heard correctly, and I shan't repeat myself. Prepare your belongings in preparation for immediate travels, and share your farewells to the others of our pack. You might not see them for some time. My queen, hold for but a moment. I am a graying lion. I've no experience with such, fraternizing. And why Eorozea, so distant from our home? You said that you'd follow my orders without question. Was that a false claim from an honorable member of the Queen's Guard? Branisek's fur bristled in response. He puffed out his chest and guffawed indignantly. A Queen's Guard never lies and never disobeys. Next we meet, ye shall bear witness to me mate that rivals any other matey. With broadened shoulders and newfound purpose, Branisek stomps away while extolling the virtues of queenly vassalness. A chill remained in the room, leaving a shadow over the disquieted queen. My apologies, uncle, but this was for your own good. Today is yet another fine day. With hatchet in one hand and map in the other, you wander into the arid fields of Thanalan. Its dusty winds and beating sun washes across your fur as you sneak around the hostile fauna in pursuit of bewitching flora. Should keep to the path as best as I can. Wouldn't want a repeat of last week's misadventure. Traveling the fields alone is unheard of for a gatherer with no combat experience. But an unappealing reputation has spread amongst the adventurers that you were danger-prone, and a confluence of catastrophic misfortunes. Bah. Just have to be extra cautious. No distractions. Focus on the prey. You eventually spy upon a bush that grows the favored tea leaves sipped by your client. Perfect. Only the most wild and unruly specimens can sate the woman's needs. None of them commercially grown vitriol, so she calls them. But as you yield your hatchet in preparation for chopping, You hear a deep growl from the location of Copperbell Mines. Monsters? The first instinct of any gatherer is to flee from any growl-like danger, but there was something about that peculiar growl that conjured a sense of pity. I mean, if we're playing an RPG, you kind of leisurely just walk up to the growl. With a comfortable stride, you walk up to the growling edifice poking from the ground. It perplexes you, mystifies you, it beggars logic. In all of your years as a botanist, you have never witnessed such an oddity. Someone is cultivating... that's the word. Brothgars? Brothgars? Planting them near enriched mineral-filled mines in a scheme to make them stronger and healthy. It's actually quite ingenious. Suddenly the legs start flailing. Muffled roars echo beneath the firmly rooted man. Hello? Are you ready for harvesting? The flailing only continues, almost in protest. I would be happy to assist, but only if you are gentle, Vilkine, and or beastkin hybrid. That would not eviscerate me after the fact. Please give me any indication of sorts, yes? The tail purposefully dumps the dirt. That is good enough for me. You grab the legs, one between each arm, and begin pulling with all of your might. And your efforts become rewarded as the vegetable pops out. Yet with just enough strength does he fly overhead and slam the floor behind you. A grunt painfully escapes his gravel-laden maw. Oof. Merciful queen. My head. You watch as a clearly Hrothgar-looking man slaps the gravel from his fur. He casts a glance about the area, taking stock of the situation, then finally falling upon your own watchful gaze. Ho ho! Greetings there, fellow Hroth. I am Queensguard Branisic Radochka. Thanks for the pick and pop. Your response was delayed, overcome by the natural inclinations of botanists taking stock of their harvest. He was tall, broad, and hardy, plump in the areas that matter. Yes, a fine specimen. Your owner must be so proud. Tell me, have you been hybridized with a mandragora? You're from the city, ain't ya? Yes, well, kind of. If you mean the city of Ulfda, that is my origin of employment. It's not too far from here. Oh ho, the Grand Desert Settlement. Seems the trebuchet wasn't too far off the mark. Trebuchet? Only more questions fill your mind. You don't know where to begin. So you're not a vegetable man hybrid? You traveled here via trebuchet? What brings you here? Again, if I were playing a Final Fantasy game, with like Rebirth and Remake, I would probably pick this one. So that's the funny one. No lad, I ain't. How'd you even come to that conclusion? How could I not? Those rippling thighs jutted from the ground donned that hardy texture of only the roughest root vegetables. Oh, well glad you noticed. I do work out. Keep me form in fighting shape. Though it's disappointing to learn that they're attached to nothing more than a man. Why, you little... You traveled here via trebuchet? As in, you chose to be jettisoned through the sky? Not my first choice, admittedly. But walking here would waste me precious time. I gotta complete me task and return home quickly as possible. Besides, old Bran here can take a beating or 10. So what brings you here? Well... He scratches, pawing at his chin, grumbling his words carefully. I'm on a mission. A royal mission, sworn to secrecy by the Queen herself. Can't share the details with the citizens of foreign lands. It's for your own protection. Uh-huh. You somehow doubt the severity of such a mission, but the man seems adamant to hold the secrets. Enough with the questioning. Put them fingers to use and point me towards civilization. You point towards civilization, though whether Ulda can be considered civilized is a separate debate. Great. Looks like I'll be owing you a favor. Be seeing you around, lad. As you wave him goodbye, you feel a constricting force around your left foot. Looking below, the indentation of where the Hrothgar had landed was slowly expanding. The texture of the ground had transfigured to a vicious paste. Mr. Brannick, sir? About that favor. The man whirled in a huff and let loose a snarl as he lunged to your quickly sinking body. What the? Hang on, lad. I'm a-coming. With a terrifying strength, his arms extended towards yours, holding at the edge of the shifting earth with all his might. The muscles of his hunched stance strained against the quicksand to deliver your back towards safety. Just a little more. Don't let go. Yet just as it seemed like they were making progress, Brannick suddenly tilted sideways. You both looked at his legs, got caught in the sand, sinking much quicker than you were. Gulp. Gulp is right, sir. What do we do? Take a deep breath. Hold it in, and don't panic. As the sands reach your upper waistline, Brannick wades over to pull you closer. With the rippling arms enclosing powerfully upon your frame, he smothers your snout against his barreled chest. You hear him bracing for the dive with his own deep gulp of air. You both disappear into the darkness. At the first spark of consciousness, you awaken to the sound of dripping water upon the hard stone floor, yet beneath you lies something fluffy but firm. Did you perhaps land upon an unfortunate creature during your slow fall into the earth? Roar! Get off of me! Looks like it. You push yourself off, eliciting an oof from below, and give the hulking line a wide enough berth to pop up and regain his composure. Suddenly, Brannick grabs you by the shoulders, his brows furrow as he pats you down from head to toe. Just checking for injuries, lad. Are you alright? I'm fine, just... Ouch! Brannick instantly reels back as your right ankle throbs. He clutches his fist in reprimand, hollering from a distance. You're not alright. You're injured. Under me, watch! I think it's just a sprain. Might have been worse had I not fallen upon you. You check once more, lightly tapping the afflicted area, which results in a similar jolt of pain. Brannick lumbers closer and cautiously steps, wincing in empathy. We need to get you out of here. Can you at least stand? You test the sprain. A humming pain intensifies with sudden and minimal movement. You will no doubt be a detriment beyond a comfortable crawl. Yes, anything beyond a walking pace might be a challenge. Have you been injured, sir? He puffs his chest out before bellowing with a roaring confidence. I am Queensguard Brannick Radachka, master of the gunblade, defender of the crown. Neither quicksand nor falling Hrothgar shan't ever deter me from my loyal duties. That speech felt agonizingly practiced. And my duty now is to see you to safety. Worry not, for Bran is on the case. Brannick begins scanning the area, and you soon do the same. A giant cavern encircles you, pools of water softly coalesce from the dripping stalactites. Brannick, however, was focused elsewhere. Aha! The man jogs to a pile of debris in the corner and digs through its contents, wrestling out a wooden stake and cloth. He then scurries over to you, motioning you to sit down on a nearby boulder. A twig and a tarp should have to do. Here, give me your foot. He worked in meticulous motion around your injury, careful not to incite the injury. His massive paws flowing with the movement of cloth as it tightens ever gently around your ankle, and before long the brace was completed. Wow, very sturdy. What a soft man you are, Sir Brannick. Ain't nothing soft about me, lad. I've experience handling you whiny tenderfolk. Always throwing hissy fits if I don't hold back a little. Setting his grinchy demeanor aside, you both begin searching for a way out of this mess. The ceiling above only leads to darkness, impossible to determine the height or length of your plunge. At first glance, there doesn't seem to be any exits. Are we trapped here forever? Let's stay positive. There has to be a way out. You darn right there is. We just gotta use our noggins. Oh, I know. We can scale the walls back through the ceiling, where the quicksand still lingers. We can't go swimming in that stuff. Right. You're too heavy. That's got nothing to do with it. After a bit more grumbling, you were told to stay put as Branasek begins his circular walk, meticulously tapping along the walls. At a certain junction, the tap delivers a hollow echo. Aha! Stand back, lad. We don't want you to get more hurt. He rolls up his sleeve, brandishing his shoulder and digging his heel into the ground. Is he going to smash it? Yeah, let's cheer him on. Alright, you can do it, Sir Branasek. You cheering him on startles him, and he seems to trip over his own feet into a perfect somersault. Gah! The Hrothgar's bulk smashes through the wall, creating a hole large enough to duck through. My gods, sir, are you alright? You hobble around him, only to find him planted amongst the gravel in a nostalgic sprawl with his legs jutting from the ground. And before you could offer assistance once more, he pops himself out, a handstand pose revealing his unamused expression. Strike! You revealed an exit. Most admirable work, sir. Ahem. Yes, as intended. Thanks for the vote of confidence, I reckon. Branasek leads the way deeper through the mines while matching your hobbled pace. He looks back towards you and frequent and depict furrowed brows of concern. During one look back, he seems as if he's wanting to say something before splashing down into a pool of water, his left leg sinking down, forcing him to pull up to reveal his waterlogged thigh. Careful, sir. You don't look like a strong swimmer. Can swim just fine, thank you. Not that it's needed. He points towards the forward path and notes the collected pool of water. While deep, it is no issue for a 7-foot-tall lion like himself. Your shorter stature and girth, however, along with the aforementioned injury, makes it a perilous task turned potentially fatal should the waters shift suddenly. Come over here, lad, so I wad both of us across. You okay with getting soaked? Yep, we can start a fire using some of my kindling once we cross. Branasek seemed confident in carrying you, but you were also a Hrothgar of a sizable girth. Though more petite than this man of muscle, carrying you can't be considered an easy feat as he claims. If I could offer a suggestion... I kind of feel like it would be better to cling onto his back, but it might be a bit more silly to hang onto his chest. You cling onto his chest before he could protest, slinging your arms around his trunk-like neck and twisting your legs and tail along his waist. This was rather comfortable and still allowed Branasek use of all 4 limbs. Oh, lad, this ain't gonna work. Why not? Well, because you're really close and our cheeks be touching and, Bran continued to stammer as you feel his body slightly warming up. Oh, maybe I've upset a sore spot? Sorry, old man. He scowled, then shook you off with a huff, turning away to readjust his leather jacket while snorting words of displeasure. Guess the cheeks area is off limit. I'll hang on to your back. You sling yourself around Branasek's back, hanging on with dangling arms and legs. I don't know, this doesn't seem very comfortable to wade through water. You might tip over, sir. Never mind that. I look ridiculous carrying you like this. Is that really a concern when it's only us 2 at present? Of course, a Queensguard must maintain his pride if nothing else. You never know who's watching. Carry me like a bride. He stammers, turning a shade of pink. You thought not possible for Hrothgar. Don't go be using words so easy like. It's sacred. You mean... bride? Yes, a bride, groom, lifelong mate. It's all sacred, so very, very sacred. Uh-huh. Just stay here and let me find some floaty things across the water for you to cling onto. Okay, I can handle being alone, vulnerable, and without ample protection from the elements or roaming monsters while you're away. Fine. I'll just carry ya. Branasek scoops you up with a grunt, firm but gentle, his large paws locked around the back and legs of your more delicate frame with a delicate grip. You find it easy to rest upon his broad shoulders as he begins scooting through the water at a steady pace. Slow, deliberate steps, so that the currents avoid agitating your sprained ankle. Close as you are, you notice the beating of his chest, rhythmically pounding strong and sturdy, much like the man who begins to take careful and deliberate steps into the water. While I'm doing this, keep me locked in your paw and out of the waters. That way you don't go hugging me. He jostles his neck so that the necklace slaps against your paw as you clumsily catch it. It was a square locket made of some type of aged metal, neither grand or ostentatious. It reflects dully along the surface of the water. What's in it? May I have a peek? I don't see why not. Just be careful. You delicately unlatch the locket as it slowly creaks open. Protected by a clear glass panel was the image. Was a photo. I'll just go with was the photo. The man looked like a younger version of Branasek, holding up a Hrothgar child. That's me niece, though she's much taller now, more imposing. Cared for her as me own after her parents were gone. That deep, gravelly voice was more like a distant wave as he spoke with softened words. He snuggled you closer to gaze at the picture, eyes beaming with pride. You know, she is our queen now. Damn proud of her for taking the mantle. But even then, I've always been looking out for her and always will. So why are you here instead of home? Is it related to your super secret mission? Well, yeah. I am to look for someone. Or something. But even I didn't get to ask what she was asking. Or why she asked me. Well, she obviously trusts you, and I can understand why. You glow with strength and courage and dependability, proven alone by your act of rescue. I've never felt more at ease by placing my life in your care. Branasek suddenly staggers, jostling about in a struggle to prevent both of you from being tossed underwater. His face was positively flustered. Sir Branasek, are you alright? Should we turn back? No, it's just... Lad, I'm a graying Hrothgar. The things you say are... The rhythmic pounding in his chest beats faster, hotter. You feel the warmth enveloping you, even within the murky waters. It's better saved for someone worthy. I am just an old guard sent on a fool's errand, maybe not meant to return at all. The trudging continues in silence. Despite your attempts, the words only dance upon your tongue before dissolving. There was no reprieve that you could offer, only pity. Reaching the edge, Branasek places you on the ground, safe and secured. Though you were both left soaked to the bone. Kindling would be good right about now. Achoo! He's shivering as you are, yet encouraged to play your part, you scavenge for some of the scattered twigs hidden in your scruggly little pockets. One moment, sir. I just need to find a flint for sparking and... Aha! Branasek's gaze widens in shock as he watches you behold a bright red object from the corner and strike it against the wall. You would later be told said object was a bomb's core, which is highly explosive. Lad, no! Kaboom. Sometime later. The warmth of the crackling flames envelop you, a boon in these hard times, offering some reprieve from the chilling gaze of the irate Hrothgar sitting across the flames. Mr. Branasek, sir? Branasek does not respond. He merely grumbles and grooms his sizzling face fuzzles. After shielding you from the consequences of your own ignorance, you were gifted a scene of Branasek hopping about before tossing himself into the pool of water. As it turns out, the man was quite flammable and could perform quite an elaborate jig with the right Persuasions. What were you doing alone in the wilds? You're not right to be out and about without an escort. No survival skills to speak of. I was gathering tea leaves. It's how I make a living. And I may have been ostracized by the larger community of war disciples who would normally escort me in such ventures. As to why, it's probably not a mystery. Bran looks from beyond the flames to see your huddled form. He rumbles out a huff of air. Come on, lad. Don't be so hard on yourself. You're, He scratches at his noggin, tuffing at his fur in a contemplative grunt. He snuffs out the campfire before speaking up once more. You're just got a different way of doing things is all. Find a partner that matches your pace. A partner like you? Yeah, a partner like... Wait, no, I meant like a livestock herder or nursemaid. But you're Branasek Radochka, brave and loyal Queensguard, defender of the common folk. Who better than to traverse these perilous fields than a man of your mastitude? He crosses his arms in an unamused grunt, but hiding beneath the bristles of his stash, you detect a slight grin. Well, brave, loyal, and massy as I am, I do know if me services can be so readily available. Because of the sacred mission entrusted on you by the Queen? It was to, find me a mate. Right. Find you a mate. Branasek scowls, his eyes aflare upon his realization. Wait, no, I didn't mean a mate. I meant to find a date. No, that's not. Your eyes sparkle as you lean forward towards the guffawing bachelor. Branasek matches your pace by leaning away, steeling himself once more for your incredulous inquiries. Do you have a preference? Finding your own mate seems like an odd command. You have a preference? Preference? Perhaps a dapper man in one arm, a dainty lady in the other, or a mismatching of the various standards? I've, never gave it much thought, truth be told. Branasek motions his paws in the air, shaping a figure as you can practically hear the crackling of old cog machines. Someone soft would be nice, a good listener, with kind eyes, gentle smile. You know, a mate that you just want to hold close and keep safe. As you listen intently, you softly press your palms together. Your eyes take upon a kindly sheen and your muzzle curls to a gentle smile. Branasek jerks away. I have nothing more to say. Finding your own mate seems like an odd command. That's what I'm thinking. Why send your loyal guard to some unqueenly land for a flight of fancy? I know exactly why. You do? Obviously, your queen thinks that only someone from these wild and untamed lands can match your raw charisma. Raw charisma? You've got this whole mysterious lineman thing going on. Mysterious? I ain't mysterious. I'm just doing me job. Exactly. That's what makes you so intriguing. You're like a big, muscled enigma of a puzzle. Making me sound like some kind of fancy dessert. Only 'cause you're sweet enough to be one. Alright, that's enough out of you. Branasek then turns his massive frame much quicker than a man of his girth could suggest. Enough with your scentless blabbering. Get up, get going, so we can finally get me fur out. He stomps on ahead like a minotaur's escaping a labyrinth. The echoes of his grumbles emboldens you, lifting you up to follow a skip in your limping boots. Yes, sir. The trek continues down the cavernous mines in search of an exit. As you reach higher elevations, you begin to notice an uncomfortable warmth surrounding the area. Branasek also seems aware, judging from the beads of sweat and fawning on his maw. Were these blasted lands always so warm? Yes, but this is quite extreme. even for these desert climes. Turning the corner, you both are greeted with a gout of fire that engulfs Branisic. Luckily for you, his large flame blocked most of the heat from reaching you. Hot, 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 hot. Gah! What in blazes is going on here? That's exactly what's going on. I spy a cindering skeleton sleeping on those pile of coals. Peeking from behind Branisic's protective thighs, you motion towards the offender in question. A rather massive lizard creature, wreathed in flames, can be seen in a satisfying snuggle, the coal serving as the bed for this behemoth pulsating with intense heat. Harumph! Stay back, lad, and let me show you how a gunblader wrestles. You watch as Branisic scratches at his back, clearly devoid of any weapons for gunning or blading. Oh yeah. I thought you looked a little naked for a while now. You don't have your gunblade. How do you even remember that scene? You weren't even there. He turns to you, growling an air of annoyance. Got a weapon on ya? Just this, sir. You present Branisic your trusty hatchet, a rugged thing that's seen its fair share of slaying many a flora. It barely fits in Branisic's massive paws. Never mind. We're changing up strategies. Branisic proceeds to casually strip off his leather jacket, then his shirt, and hands it towards you. Can't have you blasted by flames or soot on me watch. Quickly now, cover yourself and get ready to a crawl. That beast is a lit fuse. You feel the warm, slightly charred offerings in your paws, but despite their comforting presence, your knees turn to jelly. Sir Branisic, I can't move. Lad! He quickly hunches towards you, taking your paw, checking your pulse. Lad, stay with me. Don't tell me that it's heat stroke. Your muzzle was flushed and certainly giving off a bit of heat, but not for the reasons Branisic might suggest. You couldn't possibly confess what made you buckle was not the flames, but the presence of the sculpted musculature of a Hrothgar right before you. Lad, say something, anything. Premium. Grade. Beef. What? Beef? Your eyes spin, the room becomes dizzy. You collapse in Branisic's burly arms. Then all goes dark. As you return to consciousness, you notice an oppressive heat washes over you. You are standing with the massive and firm creature pressing upon you. It was Branisic. Sir, what is happening? Lad, you're alright. Hang tight. I'm getting you out of here. You feel the wall of muscle inching across the edge of the cavern, shielding you from the blazing mass of flames and coals. Branisic's body was tense, heaving air through clenched canines, his paws interlocked with yours, firmly directing you to slide one step at a time. With each sleepy sigh from the salamander unleashed a pulse of flames, and each time Branisic bulks up his burly body to shield you. Grrr! Queen's kindling! That's hot, 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 hot! Sir Branisic, the flames! You must leave me and save yourself. Never, I'm Branisic Rush. Yow, burning, searing! Grr, can't take these flames anymore. Branisic claws a wall behind you and propels you both into a panic sprint. You were scooped into the arms of the boisterous bodyguard who's quickly becoming engulfed in a sea of flames. Clutching on for dear life, your gaze spots a beam of sunlight and exit. Sir Branisic! You point, directing the Praetoric bulldozer who quickly shifts stance and charges on through. Has the smell of freedom always been so acrid? Yow! Put it out! Put me out! Seeing your behemoth protector failing to pelter the flames jolts you into action. You look for any means to douse the flames, laying nearby as a convenient bucket filled with water. To the next was a shovel. I mean, for comedic purposes, I guess I could whack him with the shovel. But that feels a little bit too, adding insult to injury at that point. You douse Branisic with the water, extinguishing the flames. They sizzle in protest as you shake the bucket overhead, making sure every drop covers a man. Your saver lays sprawled on the ground, eyes twirling with exhaustion. You alright? Do I look alright? Me immaculate fur is singed, and I've got a bleeding headache from your help. Brandisek drags himself upon wobbling knees, huffing and gruffing. But you're not on fire anymore. I'd say that I did a pretty good job. Your definition of a good job needs work. The man oofs and winces as he hobbles over to a clear patch of dirt, settling down to recuperate. He eyes you, grumbling words under his bushy breath till they become audible. Listen, you're a walking disaster. A real landmine. Someone's gotta keep your hide out of trouble. And guess I could use a local guide around these parts. So, what I'm trying to say is... Wait, are you saying... You wanna be mates? How did you come to that conclusion? No need to be coy. I will happily be your mate. Before more protests could be formed, you dash up and plant a big kiss on the scruffy man's cheek, sending a jolt up his spine. Brandisek stumbles and stammers, but his gruff demeanor is soon replaced by a flustered complacency. Gosh, well, if this be my reward, I could get used to it. Okay. That ended very abruptly. But yeah, I guess. That was a story, as you can see. I don't know if I'm pronouncing their species correctly. Hrothgar. I don't know how the H and the ROTH thing is supposed to sound. Also, still a little sick. But yeah, that was funny. That was a nice little change of pace. It was short, like I said it would be. So yeah. Hopefully you guys liked it. It was fun. Hopefully I'll be able to start reading more, I guess, in general. You won't hear it, but I was kind of like choking on some of the words that I had to keep like redoing them over and over and over until I stopped coughing. My throat is getting like really dry really quickly. Also, I thought that there was supposed to be like another image here as soon as you finish the story. Um, Give me a second. Okay, so I checked, and if you decide to not pick like the mate thing, but then say like, oh, you wanna like work as partners, um, it has like a little different scene where they're not kissing or anything. It's more like, oh, you want to be a partner, and then like he jokingly says like your bride. He's like, stop saying that, and it has like a little scene where they're like, I guess walking together, but their tails are sort of like wanting to intertwine. Um, but like, I mean, I know my audience. I know what you like. You would prefer the kiss over the other one. Anywho, so yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope to get better and be able to read a little bit more. Oh, I did read the update for Roads Yet Traveled. Uh, I can't record it yet because unfortunately it's missing the scenes for all the characters. I mean, they're there, but they're works in progress because Cryptid he's been working on this for a long time, and like we gotta give him some time, okay, so that he can perfect everything. But what I did read that's on Patreon now is very good, and I'm excited to record it. And for the channel members specifically, you guys may be seeing more than just Rowan's route. Hintity hint hint. Hintity hint hint. But yeah. So I'm really looking forward to recording that, and you guys can see it because it's really good. Really proud of of Cryptid's work. Not just saying that because I'm his friend. Anyways, but yeah, so I guess that's it for now, and well, no, the whole spiel, that I usually do. Anyways, but thank you all for watching / listening. If you would like to play what's it called again? Lions Follies, you can do so by going down into the link in the description, which should have a direct link for the itch.io page where you can download the game. I do not know if they have any form of support, but I will be linking that down in case they do. And obviously, channel member link, in case you want to watch these videos as they're being scheduled ahead of time and help support the channel and maybe get a little bit extra some other stuff. I don't know. I don't know if there will be anything there. um, Also, in case you want to, support me through the other means, there's Ko-fi. So yeah, all these things help support the channel, which is very thankful. I mean, I'm very thankful for. Whatever. I'm sick. But yeah, also Throne, in case, books. I like books. I like reading, if that isn't obvious. But yeah, so I guess that's it for now, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.